Well, hello, folks. Hello, good American people. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me now? Might have to go devil mode.
Do you hear me now? Well, it says we're live. Hang on here.
Well, I guess it's as good as we're going to get right here. I think somebody have to come on the line and let me know if they can hear me. Hello, 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 America. Nope, I don't think it's broadcasting. Only one way of doing it is get on my phone and go to the internet. No, I ain't broadcasting. Yeah, it says Mack Attack right there, but I don't see nothing on here. Okay, let me find out why we're not broadcasting. Hello, hello. There's one person in here. They can let me know if we beat broadcasting, but I don't see anything on YouTube. Don't see nothing on here. Oh, there's Motorbomb now. Can you hear me? Am I speaking or can you see me? Tell me what's wrong. Am I muted? Let me see. Let me go see what's wrong. Yeah, it's open. Hello, hello. Just woke up out of a nap and you sound, oh, great. You can see, obviously, you can see my picture too, right? I guess we got a picture on there. Okay. If it sounds and looks right, well, let me see. Let me see what I can do here to celebrate here. Oh, looking a little too hot for the internet. Well, I didn't go clean up. I didn't think I'd be on. There's the Frogzilla. Um, I'd have done my hair if I knew I was going to be on. Oh, they just uh, they just got me installed. They just left, so I thought I'd get on and see if there's anybody out there this time of the day. Let me get up in here so I can lay back in my chair. Oh yeah, looks like I got the camera up too high. Yeah, that's what it is. Hang on, hang on. Get that sucker down here. Got to get some of that belly in here. Get that belly all up in the picture. Oh yeah. They got me hooked up. My meter will only go to 1,000, which is 1 gigabyte, but it exceeds my meter. It does 1,000 up and 1,000 down on the meter, but my meter only goes to 1,000 megahertz. It was a really truly amazing when the boy came over, the team of boys come over. Uh, they had to route the fiber under the house. They have a law about bringing fiber indoors into the house, and the cable for fiber. I'm going to show you the size. This is what the fiber cable looks like right here. Look at this. This right here, it will actually handle up to 10 gigabytes. That little cable. Inside there is, they said the diameter of the glass that's coming in here was so tiny. Really a nice crew. When the boys found out that they had to go under the house, they went into my little carport. I have a little shed back here in the back. It's a building. And in there on the wall is two 6-foot snakes. The the hide, the skin, where they shed their skin. There's two of them side by side, 6 feet or longer, and they're big as your hand is wide. They're big, wide snakes. And that little boy, the little youngest one, he looked like he was in his early 20s. He was one that had drove the short straw. He had to go under the house, and he crawled all the way under there. He had his little spotlight on his forehead. I said, "Man, I don't." Hey, Steve, how you doing, buddy? I said, "I don't envy you going under there." I told him, I said, "I own the house, so you can run the cable through that." And she said, "No, they're really strict about not bringing the cable inside the house. They want it to be either up around the house suspended because um, I just don't want nothing to break the cable, break the wire. It's very expensive to patch the fiber." Uh, it was a busy day. There was two guys, and they was having to be in and out, and but two of the nicest young men. They look like college kids. Well, they was hard workers. I ain't kidding you. Very efficient. What I did when the boy was, we got to the point of shaking hands and saying goodbye, I gave both of the boys some $3 bills. That's old Max. That's old Max tipping money. Yeah, buddy. I got to get Frogzilla's address. See, I didn't have it, and I've been trying to get it out of the phone. I don't have it in the phone, but now I can find it in the computer. But if you'd be so kind, Frogzilla, to send me a home address, you can send it to my send me an email. There's a snake in your boot. I got a snake in my pants. I mean, is that the same thing? Okay, thanks, Frog. I tried desperately to get it. I didn't get. Well, Motorbomb helped me getting a lot of them, and because see, everything I've got is in the computer, and I had no access to the computer. Oh yeah, the snake you got in your boots much, much longer than the snake I've got, man. My snake's in hibernation. Oh, what a great day! What a great day! The flag says it all back there. Oh, old Mac is back on the air. Where's my buddy Sick at? He should be showing up here pretty soon. Yeah, the boy got the biggest laugh out of the Mac money. Yeah, we keep a stack of Mac money with us out there when we go out riding. We give it to bikers. We see a biker in the parking lot or whatever, we go up and we make it rain. We make it rain. We make it rain all up in there. Mac money. I give them a big Mac Attack. Uh, it should be against the law for an old man my age to have this much fun. Um, well, we plugged the TV. First thing I did, I set the Wi-Fi over the TV. I've got it on 16K right now. I've never been able to see it at 16K. This thing just smoking. I mean, it's in three-dimensional over there. Um, the TV's never looked this good before because we've had 4K. You never was able to see 8K on it. Now I'm at 16K, and boy, there's a spider on the screen. Oh hell! If I can turn the camera out of the way, y'all might be able. Let me see if I can get it over so you can. Oh, the spider's gone already. Look right there. There's the TV picture at 16K. I know you ain't going to be able to see it there because there's lights and everything inside the room here, but oh man, that is okay. We'd be happy with that. Thank you very much. Um, they they came to the house across the road, and I'm sitting out there on the Harley because they said they was going to be here at such and such time. Well, I seen them go over there, and pretty soon there was a whole swarm of kids. They got a lot of kids and grandkids over there, and they come swarming out, and they all started pointing my direction. So now I seen them coming down. Everybody, UPS, FedEx, because my mailbox is on that side of the road. I said, "Did y'all not see the pole that's got my address on both sides of the pole, the big American flag?" No. I said, "You didn't see the flag?" "Oh, we saw the flag, but we didn't see the address." I said, "It's got gold letters, you know, like that long 15, the address. They're spaced 3 or 4 inches apart." "No, I didn't even see your pole because GPS said I live over there on the other side of the road, and you can't convince them any different." But I know one guy that he said he's gonna send a package to me. He's gonna deliver a package to me. And I said, now I live 200 plus feet off the road down a tree lines, dirt road." He said, "I think my courier will be able to find it. He's really good." I said, "Well, FedEx and GPS, FedEx and uh, the UPS, neither one of them can ever find me." He said, I think this courier that I'm sending out will be able to make it." And along about 7:30 or whatever, there sat key fob right over there. Key fob was sitting right over there. He come to see me. That was really great. It don't take much to make an old guy happy. I know they're going to be probably some of the other shows be starting up pretty quick, but I just wanted to get on the air for a few minutes and check it. See, I wish I could. I gotta get. I gotta get this thing up here so I can show y'all the speed. It is simply amazing. Off that little bitty wire. I mean, a little 1/8 inch diameter cable that can do 10 gigabytes. I will bring this thing up here and find. Okay. Uh, there it is, right here. Okay, letting her run here, letting her eat. Yeah, I mean, on the phone, it's 563 megabytes upload. This is Wi-Fi on the phone now. 563 megabyte, 378, and if a very low, like one or two, uh, that's really that's just awesome. I've never ever seen on the phone this kind of speed. Hello, Miss Lolly. Oh, she's in a meeting. Well, I know all about meetings. Boy, I tell you, I had a job one time where I would go sit in on meetings. My job, we have a term at the company, it was called stumble upon. So you got a department that has an issue in productivity, and they have been trying to fight through where the stumbling block is at. Where the loggerhead, where whatever's jamming up the works, and they would be really working on it, and they would send fresh blood in, somebody like me or other people like me, and go sit in on the meetings. And you'd listen to the meeting, and then if you had some input, you could give some solutions or some ways to possibly find a way to work around. And that's what my job was, to just go, and I did 5 or 6 meetings a day. And I had a little lady that was with me. She followed me everywhere. She was called I believe she was called, oh, she was a scribe, but she had another title in the union. She was called something else, but she was my scribe. And she wrote everything in shorthand. And then she would transcribe it and send these office heads these transcripts of our each meeting. I had to sign off on them. I couldn't read a word she was saying. The shorthand crap. I don't know anything about no shorthand. The train's back. Every one of the settings on here is exactly the way it was when I left. Oh, by the way, let me tell you what's happened since I've left here. I had a sneezing attack about a month ago, and I sneezed really, really hard. And then I was dizzy after I sneezed. I was unbalanced, and so you know, at my age, you could be unbalanced at any moment. But I was just sort of off kilter, and but then I noticed I couldn't hear, and I'm thinking, hey, it'll clear up in a day or two. Well, a day or two goes by, and it's gurgling and popping in this ear right here, gurgling and popping inside there. I go, wow, and then I ain't got no sound at all. I mean, it went dead, and I couldn't make it hear. I would put my finger and pull my ear out, maybe try to pop a bubble of air trapped in there or something. Hell, it didn't work. So I have to go to the doctor. I go to the doctor, and I've got a ruptured eardrum. It She said the lady said it blew it out, and what I was hearing the pop in it was the little pieces of the skin of the eardrum touching from vibrations, and it sounded like a little bit like a low rumbling thunder. Boom, 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 boom. Oh hell, that was bad. Hey, James Coates, if I missed anybody over there, my apologies. I'm seeing something new, and I know Sick, if he's not sick, but Moto, what is the little purple thing, the little crown wolf number one? Is that like an award that you guys are passing around? That's something that's came up since I've left. Uh, and what do you have to do to get one? You know, when you see something new, you always want it. "Oh, I want one of them." Yeah, well, you got one? Let me see, Frog, you got one? Oh, James don't have one, so, James, I don't know if I was you, I'd be, like, hollering like hell, like, "How come I don't have the purple crown?" Hmm? I'd be tracking down people, find out. I'd need oh, there's Sick up there. I didn't see. Hey, Sick. Holy cow. Um, old Mac is back. Thomas Bailey. What's these? Oh, Thomas. Thomas, don't you worry about it, Thomas. You ain't got one. And only special people like me and Frogs got them. You got to be. I think you got to be somebody to get one. I'm thinking honestly. It's probably. I think before we was gone, probably YouTube up there found that me and Frog are we exemplified what it takes to be a all out real genuine YouTuber, and they give us that special award. Yeah, Six got one too. Six got a Six number three. Six is just like me, but he's number three. Oh, look at Thomas Bailey. He got the cross up in there. How about Motorbomb? Motorbomb don't have a come on, man. Whoever the powers to be, you got to get Motorbomb on up there. Sick. Do you know somebody that can get Motorbomb a crown and a number? You can't have one. Frogzilla's got one already, and Six got three. Let me see what. Hey, I can't get to my keyboard. I started to say I would type over here and see if it shows up. I know I saw one this morning when I went on this morning for the first time. I saw a little crown show up there, and a big fist bump right back to you there, Ben. Yeah, buddy, we've been waiting on this for so long. I'm gonna have to get me a bra pretty soon. If I'm like the sand's starting to shift, and my man boobies are starting to hang down there. Gotta suck them up. Gotta suck them up. Oh, Ben, my day gets blessed the minute my feet goes on the floor. Had some few hard days with the old hearing thing. My sugar is off the rail. They're concerned about that. I've got stage three kidney failure. They're concerned about that. No soy milk produced too much estrogen. Well, it would let me touch my feminine side. Well, the dogs, they stayed outside with me while we was waiting for the technician to get here. And golly, it was so hot out there. And they was laying on the concrete outside under the carport. And their little old tongues were hanging out. It was like 80, I think 89 degrees. Let me see what it is right now. It was warm. But under that metal carport over there is even warmer. It's as you can see, it's 90 now. Let me get up here close so you come on, camera, focus. Focus. Oh, focus. There it is. We knew we could do it. There we go. 90 degrees. Well, it was 89 degrees when we was out there, and them little old dog's tongue were hanging out. Well, look at Thomas Bailey. He's got big number one too. Number one, number one. Make you grow boobs. Oh, hell yeah, I'd never get nothing done. I would, I'd give up spam for them. I had last night for supper, Angelique says to me, "What would you want, old Mac, for supper?" And I said, "I want a burrito. I want a spam burrito. I want scrambled eggs. I want, hash browns, those, Irish, the ones that got the bell peppers and green peppers, and I got all that stuff, the Irish, hash browns, little diced up potatoes." And I said, "I want some of that hot, hot habanero ghost pepper cheese." She made me one last night. Oh, good God, was that ever good. Yeah. Take a lot to take our spam away, but that I think that would do it. Um, Golly, that thing was good. Well, I went to bed, my going to bed time. I'm laying over there, and I begin to feel all that pepper all up in there. I go, I think I'm gonna have to get up and go to the bathroom. Well, I laid there and went to sleep, but somewhere during the night, I got the urge to get up pretty quickly. So I jumped up. I think it's 1:55 in the morning. I went holding my knees together, and I made it all the way to the bathroom in there. And whoo, them peppers went through me like grease through a goose. On the screen, looks like the color and everything is good. This is all the setting just like we turned it off a month ago. Whenever I turned it off, um, it it stayed together. I just had a feeling I was going to have to probably do a lot of things to get it to run in, and here you are. We have been watching television with the smartphone, and you know what you do on your smartphone is you go over in your settings and you use in the Android now, you use Smart View. You turn your television on over there and hit Smart View, and it takes the AT&T signal, comes into the phone, and goes to the Wi-Fi, goes to the TV over, and projects onto the TV. And that's how we've been watching television was through the phone. And we just after we get it well, what we wanted to watch, we'd lay it down. We watch movies, Netflix, and all that stuff just right off the phone. And the best signal we've ever had here is 2 bars. But we watched Smart View was allowed us to watch TV. That's how we kept up with the outside world. Well, we have this deal. We a little game we play. If she takes a bite of the jalapeno and it's mild, there's no kick to it. I will lay that on a plate and I'll get up and go back over and get another one. And she's my pepper tester. And she'll take a bite and I look at the reaction on her face and I can tell if it's hot or not. Her eyes will show you if it's hot. Now that last one was really hot, but I seen her take a breath of air. She went, she tries to man up, and eat that stuff, but and she did a good job. And there was a lady sitting right to my left. She said, "Oh dear God, ain't that hot?" And she said, "It's pretty spicy." She said, "It's kicky." She said, "Oh, that would just take my breath." That little silver-headed lady over there. That would just take my breath. Uh, I like deep fried jalapeno peppers. We go wherever they have them. I know we go to a good Mexican restaurant. I'll have them to do me 6 peppers, and it's not even on the menu. But you can ask almost any Mexican restaurant if they would deep fry you some jalapenos. They got a deep fryer back there, and they just put them in that basket, throw them in there, and whew, they're good. Then when you deep fry a jalapeno, they take on a whole new life. Yeah, she calls it Kiki. Go back for president. You know, I'll tell you what, if I'm elected, they're going to be a chicken in every pot. I'm going to make it a crime. I'll send ICE to your house and or have you cuffed up if you're ever caught frowning in public. We're going to be bad about that frowning stuff. We're going to turn them frowns upside down when I become president. Uh, oh, by the way, I got a reply from Sterling Will on his song, the song I did for Sterling Will, and he loved it. He's not an AI fan, not a lot of people are, but he liked his song, and that was good. I had a request to do that song, and I did it for him, and it was successful. I went in and made one this morning, me talking to the devil, getting some daily guidance, and you know the one that's most prevalent in your life is the devil. God is always there, but you have to you have to be in a special state of mind to be able to talk with him. But the devil, he's always there. The temptations of life is always there. So I made a song this morning, me and the devil having a talk. And it took me quite a few efforts to get the devil into the voice I think the devil would be sounding like. I wanted a little bit of anger in his voice, and I wanted a little bit of maybe a little feedback echo, I wor I've done several versions. Every time I get a one version, I would turn it around. I didn't remaster it now. I just went in and reworded it, and, I finally when the technicians got here, I had just got a copy of it where the devil was sounding like what I would think the devil would be like. When you go to do something wrong, the devil always speak to you like, "Hey, don't pay that sign no attention. Ain't nobody gonna bother you. Go ahead and do it. Look at that girl bending over there. Look at that. Whoa, that's looking good. Look, old Mac. Look at that cleavage over there. Oh, Mac, did you see that cleavage?" Yeah, the devil whispers to you a lot. Mac, take a look to your right there. That's fine looking. That's good. Uh, Well, was the was the wait worth it? I mean, here we are. My crowd's dwindling down. They was 11 people in here, we down to 5. But I'm gonna tell you what, that's 5 of the best quality human beings you're gonna get right here. Hardcore people. God damn, look, my eyebrows is all growed out. That's been rough. I mean, tell you, like an old raccoon just come out of the den. I'm surprised everything is working the way it's supposed to. I keep expecting it to go off any minute, like some kind of a little circle start going around and around. And my gosh, there's some pretty stuff over there. This is just a show over there on YouTube. It's in 16K, and it's really beautiful. I mean, there's a waterfalls. It looks, it just continuously one one video scene after another. Rob's neighbor. Yeah, this is the big top, man. This is like we got the whole circus here. This is the big top. We used to listen to a show on the radio when we was kids called the Big Top. It was a Saturday morning show, so it's pretty good. The audio and video is pretty good. Does that mean I could do something to improve it? Oh, good, good. You got your old max money. Well, I sent Dave in Australia a pretty good chunk of it because he rides a lot, and of course I know he'll share them with other people over in Australia. I am extremely excited right now. Unless it's starting to go bad on me, but it looks good on the screen. Twilight Zone. Yeah, there's some really good. You remember when it yeah, the guy Vic Morrow, he did an episode of the Twilight Zone. Yeah, I think it was the Twilight. He had his own show called Combat. Vic Morrow TV show way back a long time ago. But he's the one that got his head cut off, but with a helicopter blade. Vic Morrow, and he did a Twilight Zone that was so good. I cannot remember what the episode is about, but um, yeah, that's one of my. I like all even back in the old black and white um, episodes of when who was it? What was his name? Smoked a cigarette. What time is it? What time is what? What time is it? Right now, the time is. It is right now. Well, I don't even see the time. I don't know. I'm timeless. Well, it's hump day, I can tell you that. It's on a Wednesday, and this is the 2nd of July. I'm narrowing it down. What time is it? It is right now 3:20 p.m. Central Standard Time. Um, yeah, there's a lot of good shows where your imagination they could actually. Well, I like the radio shows. I like back in the 40s and 50s. You had actors that could absolutely keep you in suspense. Yeah, there was a show called Suspense. Oh, today's the 3rd? It's Wednesday. Mhm. Monday was the oh, okay, it is the 3rd. Alright, I was a day off. I got another day to live. How about that? Or maybe I missed another day. When you get my age, they all run together, so who's to know? I'm thinking about doing a trip down to the coast, um, and I like to do it during the hottest of weather. I usually go down in July, And the reason I love to go down to Panama City or down to Gulf Shores in July is ain't nobody there. Everybody's afraid of the heat. Ain't nobody on the beach. That white sand will blind you in July. It's so damn bright. I'd like to go down and do a video. I'd love to do that too. Uh, Now, my sister, she's they're going to be moving there pretty soon. I don't know exactly where she's going to end up living. She's right now in Port Richey, but I think that she's going to be on down towards Clearwater. Well, that's even better. That's down there closer. Right now, she's north of Clearwater and closer down that away, the closer it'll be to the camp out. And I could go down and come back and stay up there if they get settled down in time. Then by October, they should be in their house and everything. 10th anniversary. Are you going to VAM this year sick? Oh, well, I'm not going to be able to make it either. I've got this thing, I've got impending surgery. They got to do eardrum repair, but we don't know. We have to wait a month before I can get a schedule to see the, the ear, nose, and throat doctor so he can schedule me to do a skin graft onto my eardrum so I can hear again. Well, obviously the signal must be holding up good. Nobody is, man, I miss all of you guys. I come over in the morning and I say quickly, see, one we have to share this with the household. This is what runs the TV, so I couldn't spend very much time on the internet. When she's washing dishes or doing things around the house, then I can go on and I go over and visit with people on their web pages. But now we can pretty well do anything. Well, thank you very much, Thomas Bailey, because see, you had me panicked there because I swore it was the second. And then when you told me it was the third, I ain't going to challenge you because at my age, I don't doubt anything. Time goes by so slowly. Hmm? Especially when you don't have any internet and you're sitting there waiting and hoping it will. Tell me how you know, sick. I'm in the money. Well, let me see, buddy. I'll tell you, you know what? Now, I showed you there a while ago now. I'd help out a buddy, this right here, I could just help you out a little bit right here. This to get you all kinds of, this to get your foot in the door, man. Oh, that's upside down. Yeah, buddy, gotta spend that money out there, man. Just, yeah, I'm all up in the money there. I can make it rain. I can make it rain some money. Payday is a good day, ain't it? My payday is on the 4th of each month. I I get my retirement on the first day of each month, my retirement money, but my my welfare check comes in on the 4th Wednesday. Oh, they call it, Social Security. "Yay, brown chicken." Go over to the strip club, take it and slip it right down in her little old string bikini, slip that money right in there. I put a pretty good wad of it in there. It makes her feel, oh, so much better. And they will never embarrass you by pulling out and counting it. And then after the evening, she'll start going through her money, and there'll be old Mac money all up in there. Mac money. Then it becomes Mac madness. Let's see, Rob, he got his money. Sick. Did you get your Mac dollars yet? Oh, it's been a week. The first one that got him that I know of is Key Fob because I saw the announcement when he got his. And I know Rob's got his, and Dave won't be getting his for a long time because they has to go through customs and all that stuff. Last time I sent him something, it took almost a month for him to get it. Well, it should be coming in. I did not put a tracking number on your money, stateside money. Stateside mail, and I don't usually put a tracking number on it. Because if it gets lost, I can always send you some more. Um, but going to Australia, I did send tracking just in case it gets sort of sidetracked somewhere down there. I don't know if 2-4 got his not in Nova Scotia, but he should be getting his. That went out, all of it went out. Now, I sent Nona some yesterday. We took a little ride over there and sent her and Jim some. I did find more envelopes. Found them at Walgreens, the little mailing envelopes with the bubble wrap inside. There's Adventures of Key Fob. I see you got a premiere coming on the July the 4th. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm looking older. Look at that. Since I've seen you guys, look how much I've aged. Mm, mm, mm. I got the Captain Kangaroo cut. You know, yeah, Captain Kangaroo. Okay, buddy, be safe on your ride. Oh, we're back up to 12. We got 12 people in here. Oh, here, Ben. Oh, my apologies. You send me. Look, if you look on my at Old Mac's channel, you go up there and you send me your home address where I can send it to you. I will send you some immediately. Yeah, Ben. I had to ask Frogzilla because I had no way of doing it because my computer. I couldn't get on the internet with a computer, and I did not have home addresses in my phone, but I had them in the computer. But Rob, Frogzilla's gonna send me his home address. Um, yeah, we've been having fun with it. This guy, he's only 10 miles from me, and for those that got it, Rob's neighbor, Carrie, you got it. He did a good job on, well, I mean, I think he could have improved upon how they cut them out and everything, but he did a good job on the printing, and I've never peeled one off, so I don't know how well they stick. It's supposed to be good sticking material, you know. We don't know. I may have to peel one and just try it. Yeah, anybody, just look up my address, my email, and send it me the address. And, oh man, Thomas, I don't know if you're leaving us or not, but thank you very much for joining us. It works both ways, you know. The guy that's doing the broadcast, he builds up a certain amount of camaraderie with people he loves to meet every day, and when that doesn't happen, um, that's terrible. Oh, the trading drama desk. Oh, oh, you asked a question earlier, and I'm sorry I missed it. I was busy talking. I hadn't even looked over there. The Continental GT 650. It'd be probably a little screamer 650. A GT. I had a cafe racer when they were really popular, um, and I was also younger, and the handlebars and stuff, you know, for the cafe, that style. I think you have to be in that. The body condition has to be where you can do that thing as a cafe racer. I found myself drifting towards a bobber. I like bobbers. You know, they're more like laid back and more, you know, sitting back in the saddle and 22 years old. Well, you're going to find stuff at your age, man. Is you have no obstacles whatsoever. When you get to be 85 years old and got a big old fat belly on you, you know, you got to have somewhere to lay that belly. That's the reason we ride a hog. You know, that belly lay right up on that gas tank. Yeah. I've had a good assortment of different kind of bikes. I bought a Jawa. You know what a Jawa is? In the West Coast, the Jawa is really popular. 500cc Jawa. I like flat tracking. I like TT racing, and so I bought a 500cc Jawa that had a gear in the back almost as big as the rear wheel, and you didn't need no stinking brakes on the thing. You'd go into the corner, you'd have the back end all jacked out, and you'd crank that puppy on, and you had a hot shoe on your foot, and you cornered with that bike all jacked out of shape. It's like drifting is today in cars, but you drifting on that Jawa. It was an old CZ bike, Czechoslovakia, back during the days, back in that period of time. They were awesome. I had a 500cc Greaves, which is an English bike. It wasn't all that spectacular. I'm going to tell you why. When I had it, it was old and wore out, and, the whole thing is bloody British, it's got them Wentworth bolts in it, and I didn't have a wrench, I didn't have anything that would actually like where I could do a lot of work on it. It even had a Wentworth tread. You couldn't change it to a metric or you couldn't put a standard. It had to be Whitworth. Rob Neighbor, he knows what I'm talking about. A twin Jawa. I only had a single 500cc, big old thumper. Then I had a BSA, 500cc BSA trials bike, BSA trials bike, 21-inch front, uh, light, very light wheel in the front. It was a wheelie. It was a wheelie king, man. I mean, you could top it. You could pull the throttle on in third and carry the front end, and it was a cool. It was a very light, very torquey. That was a BSA single cylinder, 500cc. Had a lot of English bikes. I did hill climbing. I used the Greaves, what they call the square barrel Greaves. And, the Greaves is an English bike, and it was a big two-stroker, and that was just had a tremendous bottom end on the thing. Yeah. I think it was 360cc Greaves. I believe I had a Montesa, I think it was 360cc, I think it's Diablo Montesa. I've had a lot of different interesting bikes. I had a RT I had a 350 Yamaha two-stroke that had an I'd say RT. Seemed like it was RT. That's way back in the '60s. That thing, it had oil injection. You filled the tank up and it would inject the amount of oil. We run the hell out of it, but I was over there in Pasco and the motor seized up because I run the hell out of it. I didn't run it out of oil. It was 108 or 9 degrees in Mesa, Washington. 110, 112 degrees, really high. The temperature was really, really high. We was heading down to Pasco Tri-Cities, and it started slowing down on me, and I was running 80 or so, and then it got where it would only do like 60. When I got it down to Kennewick, we pulled it in there, and then we couldn't get it started, and the guy said, "Yep, you done seized her up." But it wasn't really bad. It didn't hurt the cylinder. It was a twin cylinder. It hurt the piston was galded or something other. They changed out the pistons on it, and he flushed out the pump system, the oil pump system, and then it ran good. Oh man, I tell you, well, I had that truck I sold before I had this one. I sold it to a guy that was 65 years old, and he bought it not to ever to ride, but just to have in his shop. He wanted it that he loved the bike. He liked the way it looked. It was it was like a street ride. It had a 4 cam motor in it that ran good. It had a stage 2 or stage 3 set up in the thing. It ran really good. But I rode it after I broke my leg. Angelique made a video of me after she protested. I went out there and crawled on it, and I rode it out here in the yard, and that's with a broken leg. But I did see one. A guy had a track built up where it was designed for a fellow in a wheelchair. He rolled his wheelchair up onto it, and then he buckled himself in, and the wheels. Oh, it was pretty doggone cool. I'm sure there's some out there because there's so many people that have some sort of injury where they lost the use of their legs and whatever, and there's been a lot of those bikes built. But I'll do that, Ben. If I see one anywhere, I'll make sure I find a way of getting the information to you. You're like me. You like action. I mean, I can't imagine living a dull life of not being able to go anywhere. Um, I always like to go somewhere. I always like to be on the go, doing something. I talked to my daughter. She's a superintendent at the Costco up in. No, she's not superintendent. She is manager over the Bellingham store. She's a manager. She got a new position, and on this new position, she has so many hours, and she has 6 departments. She's over 6 departments. That I guess 6 stores. I mean, she runs her store, plus she's got these other people that are working at these different stores that has to answer to her. Or oh, she said it's such a job, so much stuff going on, and she's got one employee that's drawing some kind of long term disability. He gets 70% of his wages. He cannot be terminated. And he's been now for 2 or 3 years drawing 70% of his wages. And he plays a part in shipping. And she said they really miss that guy, wanted him to get back on his feet. Well, he did come back for a few days, but I guess he had some kind of a mental issues, and so they can't challenge it. They can't, like you're faking it or something like that. He's found a way of staying at home and living the good life and getting 70% of his wages. That's not for me. I'm going to tell you, I spent 40 years in doing the jobs that I loved every day. Yeah, I got a beautiful award up there. If I could get it off the wall, I would show you. Yeah, I love it right there. Um, I just can't get it off the wall. But anyhow, now I wanted to be on the job. I broke my arm on the job, and I never missed a day of work. I broke my leg. I broke my leg in 2 places. One up on the main femur, a 2 3/4 inch crack in my main femur, and then the large bone in my below the knee. I broke it in 2 places there. I never missed a day of work. They put me a knee brace on. They put all that stuff on because I loved what I did. I had a crew that I liked being with. We was in a thing called the 3D world. 3D 3D world. I've explained to some of these fellows that are on here regular, where you measure in 3 dimensions. This is 3 dimension: X, Y, and Z. X, Y, and Z. 3 axes. And we developed a tool in this 3D world to measure 3 dimensions at one time, 3 axes at one time, away from you, above you, below you, left and right of you, and all at one shot. Rolling with Mr. T-Bone. Mr. T-Bone, if I had your home address, I would send you some bonus bucks, man. Mac money. You can look my address up here on the old Mac channel there and just send me a little home address. Anybody out there listening within the sound of my voice, you want some Mac money? We got Mac money. Yeah, we got some good people in here. Oh, to be 22 years old again. I remember when I was 22, I had the world by the tail. God almighty, I had a Plymouth Fury that was just couldn't be beat. Yeah, I had that in '62. It wasn't a '62 Plymouth Fury, it was an earlier model, but it was the 361 Fury, had the golden commando engine in it, 2 4 barrels, and it was good to go. I drove it from California to Alabama, 10 miles to the gallon, and we had another race car when we moved to Washington. We had a 383, um, Chrysler engine and, what was it? A little, and we had a that and a torque flat transmission, and it was parked down in Central California. And after we got a place where we could park it and go down and get it, I went down to California, and the thing had it was a drag racing car, and it had the headers and all that stuff on it, and the 2 4 barrels. And we drove that from California up to Washington State, and that was an adventure. I got to tell you that the thing made a lot of horsepower, and it consumed a tremendous amount of gas, but gotta keep in mind the gas at that time was somewhere around 20, 21 cents a gallon. So, wasn't no big deal, but you never even thought about calculating your gas mileage because why should you? Gas was cheap. Oh, if you go to Old Mac, if you on YouTube, go up at the top of the page on YouTube up there and type in use the at symbol, at Old Mac, one word, at Old Mac, MACK. Make sure you have the MACK at Old Mac, and you over there and you can click on it, and you gotta go through a little questionnaire thing and make sure you're not a bot. You click on it, and it'll say, and after you go through jump through the little hoops that YouTube make you do, there'll be my address, my home address, my email address. You send me the email you send me something in the email, and I can your home address, and I'll send you some. 78 Impala. I was tell you, I know. You probably had the 427 in it, because in Washington State, the Chevrolet Impala had the 427 in it. I bought a brand new '66 Chevrolet Caprice that had the 427. It had a close ratio of Muncie 4-speed in it, but in the back, it had 456 gears with positive traction. Yep, it was a 427. That's what all of our police cars in Washington had, Chevrolet. But I bought that thing, and what happened, I went over to buy a Corvette. I had just got a new position with the company and several $1,000 a year increase in pay, and my wife and I, we talked about it, and we said, "Yep, you're old enough, you're 26 years old, you should be able to have a Corvette." So I go over there, I wanna buy a Corvette. The guy said, "You could come in here with cash money and lay me a sack full of money. I can't give you a Corvette because it takes at least 6 weeks to get one." 66 Roadster, 435 horse, 427 with all the goodies on it. You had to wait 6 weeks. He said, "Why you want that 427 and all that stuff and that?" And when we was in there, my wife and I, and we had 2 little boys with us, 2 of my sons. He said, "You're a family man. You realize that Corvette's a Roadster. It's a two-seater, man." I said, "I don't care. I want a Corvette." He said, "I got a car that may help you. It's got 425 horsepower, L88, 427, aluminum heads, all the goodies. It's not a L89, it's a L88, but it's 425 horse. And it's in a '66 Chevrolet Caprice, two-door hardtop with all the chrome, electric seats, electric doors, electric windows, electric locks, everything. Top of the line Caprice. I can get you into that at almost half the price of a Corvette." He said, "Man, do you know what it costs to buy a new '66 Corvette? $6,000." I go, "Wow, that's a lot of money." He said, "But I can get you in this today for $3,400. It has no mileage, 3,400 out the door. Got your AM and FM radio, got your air conditioning. It's got you everything in it, all the chrome in the world for $3,400." We went out there, we drove it, and I bought it. $75 a month payments. My wife and I would say every once in a while, "I don't know where we're gonna get the money to make this month's payment." My damn phone bill's 150 a month. Hell, just to have this 150 100 now it's 161, $161. And my car payment for a brand new Chevrolet Caprice with all the extras in it, $75 a month. I took and traded that car in when the '68 Plymouth Barracuda coming out, the '68, I liked it. It was a Formula S. I said, "I want that Barracuda." So I go up there and I take this car up. I had something like 12,000 miles on it or something. 12, 13,000. He made me an offer and I bought that Barracuda. Oh man. Yeah, you had you had the real deal police thing. Yeah, I bought one in California, a California State Highway Patrol car. They called them black and whites in that day, back in the day. It was a '59 it was a '59 Dodge. I don't remember what it was, a Diplomat, '59 Dodge something other. It had to in those days, uh, they didn't put the Hemi in, the police cars, they put the B blocks with the 383s, and that's what it had in it, a 383 in it, and it had all the stuff on it. All we wanted was the engine and transmission. You see a lot of them here in Alabama. Yeah, you see a lot of these Suburbans around here. Man, you have one of them white Suburbans roll up on you and you go, "Oh, hell, what have I done?" And you begin to feel guilty, and then you go by you and it'd be just two old goobers sitting up in there, smoking some hash and rolling on down the freeway. My son, he was telling me about all these Teslas. He's been toying with the idea of a Tesla. And I said, "You ought to come to Alabama. They're everywhere. Every person, every redneck down here's they got a Tesla. I mean, they're everywhere." I said, "These boys down here, they sell a little dope, they peddle a little stuff, and the first thing to do to get themselves a Tesla." And I said, "You'll see a Tesla that's got a yellow fender on it. I mean, they already tore the fender off. They put another fender on it." I said, you'll see a Tesla going down the road's got red clay all around the wheel. They done been out mud bogging." I said, It's the redneck status symbol down here in the South, man. You ain't nobody until you done running around with your Tesla." "Yeah, buddy, we're gonna go crawfish hunting right now in my Tesla. My Tesla." Uh, I'm telling you, I mean, it's a craze. People get in these craze. I said, he's got a really good Honda Prelude or something like that. It's a high-end Honda. It's a nice one. And, he just got the hankering to be a part of that. I go, "Man, that's a lot of money." And then, well, I mean, they're really popular. Then there's, places you have to find to charge them. You can get a home system. Hey, Roland, T-Bone, have you been seeing all these Bigfoot shorts? There's a whole, if I can find one, I'm telling you, I laughed my damn head off. On YouTube, there's a whole bunch of this guy. He's current. He's modern, man. He smokes a little dope. Eats some gummies. He likes to snort booger sugar when he runs across a camper. And when they flee from the Bigfoot, he go over and there'd be a sack of booger sugar sitting on the table, and he'll snort some. And oh, um, that I'm telling you, if I can find one here, they're everywhere. They're on YouTube, and I went ahead and subscribed to them because I just like that kind of stuff. And um, the writers that create it, they have them in all kinds of settings. They was down at Yosemite the other day, and they was at the Grand Canyon, and they talk really cool. He's got his best buddy he runs with is Yeti, and the other day T-Bone he made love to Yeti's sister. Now Yeti is a white Bigfoot, and of course uh, Bigfoot himself is much darker. He's a darker individual, and he did Yeti's sister, and Yeti was so mad because well, it's a lot of adult content in it. I got to say that, but if you haven't, yeah, him and Yeti, Yeti goes with him. They went out into space. Oh, they've been captured by everything. Yeah, oh yeah, he's cool. Everything is cool. Everything is. Um, well, he captured some. He's always killing everything to eat too. Like he said, I want to introduce you to my friend Bambi here. Bambi got them big old beautiful eyes, and he was rubbing Bambi's head. And he said, I really love this little guy. I mean, he's so loyal. He walked all around through the woods with me today, and yeah, I got the big old Fred, big old gold chain. Oh yeah, so hip. And then the next scene, there he was at the campfire, and he was already eating Bambi. Yeah. He was eating some Bambi pork chops, and he's a gourmet cook. He was cooking. He said, "Now it's all in the seasoning," and he starts talking about how he pre-based and he's just about as uptown modern as you can be, man. And he said, uh, people don't know this, but all you people go out and buy these big Nikon cameras, and every time you take a picture of me, I'm always blurred. You never have ever. Even you go out and spend $12,000 for the best high end, high dollar, the best lenses you can get, and you still get a blurred picture of me when I cross the road. Have you ever wondered how come you never see a clear? He said, I have a built in blur mode, man. He said, it's designed that way. I love- yeah, I thought of you right off the bat. I said, man, you've got to be seeing this stuff because you are the Yeti, the Yeti master. No, no, I mean, sorry, Bigfoot master, cryptid master.
You're the cryptid master.
Zen, yeah, they're always, oh man, they're always finding Zen everywhere. I've never had Zen. I don't even know what Zen is. It must be some kind of herbal um, delight of some kind. But yeah, I like the coolness of it. Anybody haven't seen any of the Bigfoot episodes? Find it on YouTube. subscribe to it. I don't. I'm not promoting the show, but if you like that kind of comedy, um, he, he's uh he's quite entertaining, modern, up to date. He went down to the L.A. riots. He was down there, and ICE rounded both of them up. said they, he said they called us aliens. Hello there, Mr. Ray Gregory. Good seeing you too there. I see you all the time. I've been seeing you, but I haven't been able to communicate. Yeah, I was hoping I would run across just one of these. Yeah, we just got on the air this afternoon, just before 3 o'clock. The two young college kind of age boys showed up over here, and my God, they worked so efficient. And I told them, when we was over at the box on the other side of the house, I said, "Hey, all my stuff is over here, 50 feet on this side of the house. If you run the shortest route possible, it's about 50 foot to that other wall over there." And I said, "If that is that going to be Cat 6 or what are you guys running for?" He said, "Oh no, we guarantee you glass all the way to wherever your system's at." He said, we've got to either put it under the house or got to go this." I said, "Well, I don't care. You can bring it all the way through the house." He said, "No, they won't let us. They won't let us run the glass inside the house open. It's got to be secured and all that kind of stuff." So he had to go under the house there, Ray, with all them big ass snakes under there. I told the boy, he said, "You don't have to tell me about your snakes. I already saw your snakes." He said, "When I went into your utility building back there," he said, there's two big snake skins hanging there on the wall. They're big, 6 foot long and wide as your hand." He said that I saw that right off the bat. I didn't hang them. That's where the snake left them when they shed their skin. They just left them over there because they run in and out of here. And when he got under the house, he said, "Golly," he said, "every time I would go under a beam, I would look up over and make sure he wasn't one just laying on the other side, drop down on my neck. That'd be scary." I've been under a few times, but now at my massive weight and size, I can't crawl under the ductwork. Well, if I was more physically able to do so, I would do it, but I can't. I can't manipulate myself like I used to. I ain't going to do it. I'll pay one of them young people there to do that. Yeah, I've been watching you, Ray, all your rides. I saw you today. I usually make comments. The reason I don't make comments all the time is we've been using this for the television as well. And when I do this, it takes us off the TV over there and goes back to the phone. And if she's trying to watch a show, I don't interfere with what she's doing over there. I thought every page it would be a Bigfoot on every page here, but when you go to looking for them, no. Oh, there's one right there. Um, uh,
Weird ass frog squirrel thing. Went on a family bonding trip back to Zorp's home planet or whatever. They basically left me here alone with my thoughts. It's a dangerous place for me to be. So now I'm bored as shit. Place is too quiet now. Ugh. No weird alien humming, no slime trails all over my rocks. Ugh.
oh man, give me a drink, man.
Fuck, that burns. Tastes like poor decisions and future regrets. I've stolen so many goddamn picnic baskets I could open a wicker emporium. What the hell am I supposed to do? This is getting sad. Wait a minute. I
Yeah,
got it. I know
Rob,
exactly what to do.
yeah,
It's time to pay a little visit.
I see it's a lot of adult conversation in there. Uh, he, yeah, that's AI with that. I mean, they are so good at that. Now I went in and I made me a few chapters, and I did one. I put together. I didn't put it on the air, but I made it. Um, eh, I made one up just like I used the same thing. I used chapters and you the splice. You put it all together, and it runs from one to the next to the next. And it makes you know it's seamless the way you do it. But um, the animation is really good in it. I was using Chat GTP to develop each segment of motion. In other words, it gives you about I think on the way we was doing it, I could only do like on the phone, it would only allow me 10 or 12 seconds long. Now that I've got the computer, I can even go up to higher resolution and more. If you wanted to get up in the 4K stuff, you'd have to have the computer, the desktop. My little phone wouldn't handle it. Whatever's in your mind, you can create it in Chat GTP and make it realistic, as real as you want to. Of course, it does voices and everything. It's just unlimited what people can do with it. Frog, I'm glad I kind of thought you'd like that too. And like I say, I thought of T-Bone right off the bat. Because he's had quite a few series on the Bigfoot. It's you remember now? You kids are probably way too young to remember this, but we used to get a little tablet, a little a little tablet. Where little sheets only about that wide, and we'd go through and we'd make these stick cartoon characters, and we'd have them moving around, and you would move them. You'd make several pages, and each time, each page, they'd move a little bit more, and the hand would be coming out, and they would be aiming a gun, and so when you take it and bend it like this and go, then you look down and you see all them the little thing. It was a movie that you made on paper, and we did this in the 40s and the 50s. That was our movie. We could film it like this, and each page going by gave you a different view, and it made the little guy walking and looking at you and moving his hands. And they just now in many dimensions beyond that, but that's what we had way back in the 40s and 50s. Because once we learned the principles, how a video worked, how a movie, 24 frames a second, in the old movie days, 24.9 frames, whatever, so many frames per second. And, in all your Westerns, when you look at a Western, the old stagecoach would go by and the wheels would be turning backwards. We'd go, oh my God, why are the wheels spinning backwards? And then somebody explained to us that 24 frames a second, that as the spokes are going by, it only catches ever so many, and it looks like the spokes are going back because it's the capture rate of 24 minutes of 24 frames a second. And the wheel is turning a lot faster than that, and I go, oh my gosh, and that's the principle of thumbing through that pages with the pencil sketching of a character moving. Yeah, that was we. People were looking for something. I remember the first time they brought out a little 8 millimeter Bell and Howell camera and projector before they had the Super 8. Now they had the regular Bell and Howell 8 millimeter, and we made so many of those little reels, and one reel would run for 5 minutes, and then we'd put them all together and make a 200-foot reel out of all those little reels. We'd had a splicer, and we'd have people come over and we'd make movie with that camera and then put it together, and we had shoot 'em up westerns in our backyard and, um, all that kind of stuff. And then when they got Super 8, of course, it had sound in it then. And then you guys remember in 79, 1979, they came up with a camcorder. We did. I got mine in 79, and some might have had them a little bit earlier. But the power pack weighed 13 pounds. It had the battery, and that's where you put your VHS tape in there. And your camera weighed 7 pounds on your shoulder. It had a little pad that sat on your shoulder, and it stuck out. It was an RCA camera. It was that big and long camera that wore it on your shoulder. And that was our way of making videos. Recorded onto a VHS tape, and you could get up to like 2 hour long video. We made so many videos in those days that people started quit coming over to our house because they was afraid old Mac was going to break out a video. Oh hell, I gotta go. We gotta get up early in the morning. You just start breaking. You start setting up the old, getting a tape out to put in the VHS, the VCR, and oh, me and Becky Sue, we gotta be heading on out of here. I really appreciate the having a good evening here, and I like the drinks and everything, but boy, people would be like rats jumping off of a sinking ship, man, when they see you pull out them VHS tapes. When you head towards the VCR, they go, "Well, no, hey, looky, I'd like to stay for the rest of the evening," but, they couldn't take another minute of home movies. I still got them. I got them right down here that I made back in the '80s. Movie. Here's one I made in 1992. And I was using then a Panasonic twin lens camera. But everybody made them things. Everybody walk around with a camcorder, and then of course they got them much smaller and better. And then hell, you got a camera right here. It'll make 4G, 4K movies, and it'll do all that kind of stuff. Compared to that old crap that we had, we had the latest in technology at when it comes to that kind of stuff, because that's what we love to do. Well, I don't want to burn you guys out on the first day. I was hoping some of my Australian friends, because see, right now it's 4 in the morning, a little after 4. It's getting time to get up. But I didn't want to start too late in the day because this is hump day. There might be Salty Badger may have a show going on, or I don't know. I haven't been able to keep up with it, but we will look forward to connecting up with you folks now that we got a system that's running. Uh, I've got to test it. I'm going to go out in the yard. I want to see how far away I can maintain a signal. Um, I've got a 6G signal sitting here on the phone. 6G. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but it's right there in the corner. If I get up close enough and then back off. See there it is, 6G. Well, of course I ain't gonna be able to. Yeah, there's 6G right there. Okay. There's 6G right there. Okay. What? Oh, I'm hearing myself talk um, over the phone. There's a little bit of delay there. Yeah, I want to go out and see how far out in the yard. This modem right here has 3,000 square foot range. It's supposed to cover, this modem is supposed to cover 3,000 square feet. And we're going to just see how far I can pick up a signal. I don't have any antennas now. This is just no more antennas. And we got almost everything in the house running here. I want to thank, oh, let me see. We got YRUS on OZ. Hi. Well, hello to you. I'm old Mac. And if you're a new subscriber, you get Mac money. This is good in all countries. This is recognized. This right here is the new Bitcoin of the world. Mac money. Uh-oh. He said something, but he got redacted. Boy. Oh, for a show. Well, I haven't seen him on lately because I haven't been able to participate in anything either. Well, why are you on OZ? Oh, why are you so nosy? Oh, my nose, I hadn't even know it. My nose is broken now. You mean because my nose kind of slant to it? And I've got a lot of Italian in me, and I was born with a crooked nose, man. Does anybody know this character here? Want to know why I'm so nosy? Is it nosy or noisy? Nosy, I believe it is. I don't think I've asked anybody any questions, have I? Oh well, that bound to happen. Yeah, I got somebody jumped on to me about something I posted, and they really tore me up. They just really kept tearing me up about a video I posted. And I thought, surely to goodness, there must be something. Oh, you're just a small channel of RC hobby. Yeah, oh, that's just not okay. Uh, hey, this is a big world we live in. This my channel is always going to be an oasis for anybody who wants to come to get in out of the sun. You're always welcome here. We're all motorcycle enthusiasts, as you can see right here. Um, Now that happens to be the brand that I like, but you might be on a BSA, you might be on a Yamaha, or might be running a Hayabusa, or you might be a Honda. Hell, who knows? But my brand is that's my brand, and we're all of us on here. Most every one of us are kind of somewhat tied to some form of biking. This is like a biking blog. When I'm out on the bike riding, we motorblog. We talk, and show people the scenery as we're traveling across America. I had a lot of RC. Well, I had some really good stuff right here in Alabama. I Mine was some pretty good sized stuff. Really running good. I sold the stuff and made almost as much money after I'd had it for a year as of what I paid for it. We had put a lot of accessories on them. Yeah, we went back to the RC days. Well, of course, I flew drones for 6 years. I took a trip. I did over 40,000 miles in America in my Mustang, riding around doing um, just doing drone videos. I had a unique Typhoon H plus. A unique Typhoon H plus is a six motor drone. It'll lift a good weight, runs really good, totally programmable. And we went everywhere. I love flying across rivers, famous rivers, and we flew across almost all of America's famous rivers, big rivers. I flew 4 miles into the Atlantic Ocean out to see Hurricane Hermine in 2015. A hurricane was coming. We knew it was watching for it. Hurricane Hermine did a lot of damage, but I flew my drone out 4 miles and then 4 miles back, and I didn't quite make it all the way back to the shore, and it landed onto the beach, and a big wave rolled over it. Well, salt water and electronics don't seem to work out really good, so it fried all my motors. It was still powered up. It fried it. That was $2,400 for that motor to have it repaired. It knocked out the controller. Oh yeah, we we've been riding. I've been riding 69 years. There's a gentleman on here now, or Ray Gregory. He's the super biker. He rides all over. He's a endurance kind of rider. The guy never met a ride he didn't like. Well, everybody, Frog, you got the power. Well, we've been on for an hour and 44 minutes. I haven't seen it go into a spasm yet. Yeah, anybody that would like for me to send them some of the Mac dollars, Mac money, they're fun to give to. I give the waitress up there at the Golden Corral. That's my hangout. They all know me up there. I usually take the money that I'm going to give her for a tip and I hand it to her because you leave it on the table and she don't get but just a few cents out of that, a little bit, not much. The rest of it's divided up with the busboy and everybody in the house, including management, gets their share. Oh, good. Well, most of us, Ray Gregory, he rode dirt bikes. I did too. I had every kind of dirt bike. I raced in a 24-hour endurance race on a motocross track in Austin, Texas in 1970. I ran a 24-hour race, 24-hour motocross race, and lots of endurance. We were young and we were strong. In 1970, I was 30 years old in 1970, and we had no limit to our power, our strength. We never got tired. You could never wear us down. But a 24-hour race, it takes its toll on you. You begin to make mistakes after 12, 18 hours on the seat riding as hard as you can ride. You begin to make mistakes, miscalculations. My bike broke at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it broke down to where I couldn't finish the race at that point. I had a timing chain, this chain driven overhead cam engine four stroker. It stretched on me, and anyhow, we had to go out. Then I had two bikes racing in the same race, and the other bike lasted till 6 in the morning. And my rider that was riding for me, he was riding in the 250 class. I was riding in the open class. He hit a rock and broke the cover on the clutch housing, and he got dirt and sand in there, and then he couldn't shift no more. The gears wouldn't shift. I was so happy when them young fellows showed up today. You never know what you're going to get when somebody come out. Some old grouchy guy worked hard all of his life, and he's about sick and tired of his job and cussing every breath and slinging tools around. No, these were young, energetic, eager, no task. They met with me to find out how we wanted to route this fiberglass through the house and around the house or whatever. And then when they made the decision, I gave them the options, and I said that glass has got to be right here in this room, right here. I don't want no cat. I don't want no none of that coax stuff in it. It's got to be glass to right here on the wall. And the guy said, "Oh yeah, that's in your contract. You'll have glass right here." And it comes right down to the router down there. I'm sorry, the modem. The modem's down there, and then it comes up through a Cat 6 cable to the router, and that Cat 6 will pass up to 10 gigabytes of data. Look, here's the diameter of the Cat 6. That's how big Cat 6 wire is right there with the fiberglass in it. I used to belong to a jeeping club for about 25 years. I had series of different CJs. I had a CJ7 that was really a good machine. I got a picture of it. There's a picture of it on the internet. Me jumping a sand dune, and I was really vertical like that going up top of the hill. I went airborne with a CJ7. And there is Robin. Hello, Robin. Yeah, I saw some of your etching, some of the things that you was doing the other day. Looked like Salvador Dali. Salvador Dali. Um, yeah, there's some really neat stuff. I'll go for 10 more minutes because I want before it gets too late. I want to walk out and see how far I can go out away from the house and still be able to maintain a signal. You got a challenge there, Robin. Robin, you still have your little song about nubbin. That'll be our inside. That'll be our inside joke. Nobody else knows about nubbin. So, what kind of ham radio did you see? Now, for $180, that's 180 Canadian, so that'd be $12 American. Uh, well, I'll get him mad here in a minute. You remember what the brand was? Was it ICOM or a Yaesu or a Kenwood? No, that's a CB, buddy. The CB is realistic is a CB brand. It's a communicating device, but that'd be CB. ROAS and Regency, realistic, and what was that other one? There was another one, Cobra. Well, you're more than welcome to subscribe there. We just there's a whole bunch of us. There's a bunch of people here, all across. We're around the world. We have people from the Philippines in here. We have people in China that's in here. We have Australia. We have Indonesia. I've got two people that are from Indonesia. One raises chickens. He's got a chicken farm, and yeah, we've got several countries represented in here. Of course, we've got Australia pretty well covered from both sides of the country. Rod B on one side, and you got Dave's channel on the other end of the country, and Moto, and you got other people in between. We got England covered, man, like a blanket. Our main spokesman, the one we learn all our English from, his name is Kime, and he's over there in England. Oh, we ain't gonna ever forget Turkey. We got Toga from Turkey, and yeah, we got Germany. We have we've pretty well got all the countries represented. No, no Discord. I do go on to Live Journey, and I see everybody connects up through Discord on Live Journey. It's over in the Middle East. I enjoy going on there because you get live right now what's happening in Gaza rather than filtered through Fox or CBS or NBC or CNN. It's the people that's living there. I got to meet a woman. I got to meet a lot of people there that we're friends. They've been right here on my channel. They come over and visit. one of them's living in Germany now, and, the Dragon Queen. We got a lot of people that comes over from Live Journey who, Met is, those are some really cool people in this world, and they've been here and visit. We have the Sick Bastard. I don't see him in here now, but he's one of our regulars, and Motorbomb Virginia, Ray Gregory, Key Fob, Frogzilla. I'll make you uncomfortable. We have uh, T Bone in here, rolling with T Bone. They just riding with Ruby. Oh, there's just so many good people. We've been gone for a month or more, and we just got back on the air today. So the word's going to spread that old Mac is back, and so there's Brown Chicken. Don't want to forget him. Still haven't figured out how we got a crown. Brown Chicken, he's got number 2, man. Frogzilla's number 1. Got the purple crown there. Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll check your page out. As you know, you see the little blue wrench beside. They have full authority to monitor while I'm talking. Since I'm doing a YouTube thing, they can monitor and check out people's pages, make sure that we are not going to have some drama, because our page, our channel is not about drama. Ours is about living, loving, and enjoying life. There's no, we have no political affiliation, no religious affiliation. But we have a lot of religious people, and we have a lot of political people. But their own world is their world. Mine is a world that all these people can come together. It don't have a limitation. As long as you don't bring your bullshit in here and fussing and growling and cussing and hating and all that stuff. You're welcome to do that, but you'd probably be more comfortable on a page that does that kind of stuff. Ours is all about having a good time. At 85 years old, I don't have enough of time left in my life at 85 to have any drama. Man, I'm gonna go out here with a smile on my face. Sometimes I feel like the time is near. I ain't kidding you. Let me see. Maybe I can do this. Let me see if I can. Hang on. I'm gonna do this right here. Well, okay. Okay. Yeah, you know about the moderator thing. So you have to do it in this day and time where we live, where there's some people that hates everything, and that's fine, but it's not for me. uh, I seen a oops. I saw an oops in there. Well, I promised I would hold you guys for 2 hours. Thank you for the new sub, and look me up and get an address, and I'll send you some Mac money. Mac money. It's good in all countries for what it's intended for. You want to stick it on your motorcycle, your bicycle, or your go kart, or Or if you're up at a famous place, go up there and peel it off and stick it right on something famous so the world can see. Oh, Mac. Hey, Toga. I was hoping I wouldn't have to go away before you. I've been on for 2 hours, and we was talking about you there a while ago, Toga. So there you are. Got your brown chicken in here, Frogzilla. Yep, Robin. We got to just. We've had it one while ago. We had like 14 people in here visiting. I've really I've missed you, Toga. I talk about you a lot. I do mention you to other people, because I have a history with your country, so and it's a good history. Uh, I wished everybody could have the kind of feeling I have towards your country. There's so much negative things that people can get locked into that your country has more history than ours. Let's put it that way. In your countryside, they found a village that's over 12,000 years old up on the side of a mountain. 12,000 years old. Humans. I'm talking about beautiful carvings. We're talking about sophisticated people. We're not talking about primitive people under a rock. Mama Goose and propaganda. Well, yeah, Mama Goose and propaganda. Uh, your Itchy Boots, she's a person I've been following. She's on today. She's back in England now, but Itchy Boots just did Turkey, and she took an in-depth view of Turkey. She went into the places, uh, into villages it's never seen on camera, and people came out and they flooded her with love. They flooded her with kindness. Um, way real humans treat other humans. They didn't see her as a blunt alien thing from another part of the world. It was wonderful the treatment she got while she was in Turkey. Yeah, I know. They talk real bad about, but if we're so bad, how come they're trying to break into our country? You know what I'm saying? It's we're like my insurance agent explained to me when we had a pool on our property. I had to pay so much money for that pool, or I had to put an extension onto my insurance, my homeowner's insurance. I had to add this on, and it was really expensive. And I said, "How come there's only 3 of us at the house here? How come the insurance is so high on the pool?" And the insurance agent, which is a very big name insurance company, he said, "Your pool is attractive nuisance." I said, "Attractive nuisance?" He said, "Yeah, it looks so pretty. A kid could see the blue water and he'd want to go and get in that blue water and then he'd get in on the deep end and drown. You would lure people in because the pool is attractive nuisance." He said, America, he didn't say this, but my s- my analogy I'm making here is America is like that pool, attractive nuisance. I mean, there's a lot of shit going down all the time here in America. It's never a dull moment, but people just can't wait. It's like America is like a big circus, man. We got everything, the elephants and we got the donkeys and we got we got everything, billy goats. Um, so it draws people in. The opportunity of having a good time in America, man. Uh, I watch these people riding in the Philippines. I don't think I've ever seen anybody any happier than the people of the Philippines. They ride their little 125s, 150s, or whatever, and they ride on those roads over there, my up in them mountains. But when they get together, they're happy, they sing. You know, life's got, and we're talking about working all day long and only making a few dollars compared to American dollars. And they live within their means, within the money they make. My God, they dress their bikes up. They love their motorcycles. They love life in general. You're back. Well, you obviously you made a safe trip there, adventure with key fob, because when you rode out of here, we have covered a lot of topics and conversation, and ain't went nowhere. I saw her when she got her bike stolen twice. She was in Iran and got her bike stolen. I believe it was Iran. It could have been Iraq or Iran. It's right there. She got her bike stolen, and they cut all the wires. And but she recovered it, and she had to splice all them wires together. She's smart. She wired and got in there, that bundle of wires that big around, and she went into the blue wire to the blue wire and all that stuff, and put it all together. And then she makes it all the way back to Wales and gets her bike stolen in Wales here the last week. They didn't get very far with it. She got a tracking device, but they intended to take it further than that. But that's as far as they could push it because it was had a locked up chain on it and all that stuff. And yeah, she had a hard time. Basically, she got her bike stolen in South America. Remember when COVID hit, their country down there in South America made her go back to the Netherlands, and they had a special plane come in and got all the Europeans and loaded them up and sent them back to Europe, and they impounded her bike. And I know at least 2 years that she struggled to try to get her back, or her bike back. She did a tour from all the way to the tip of South America all the way up to Alaska. And when she got up to stateside, she was up around Utah over close to the Colorado border. She had a wreck and broke her collarbone, and she was laid up for a while. Then she had a wreck over in Africa. But she puts on a lot of miles. I mean, I haven't got well. I had a wreck. I haven't recovered. Mine's been 2 or 3 years now. Angelique says I'm using the broken leg as a sympathy. Yeah, let me see. I wish I could get over here. Let me see if I can get myself around over here. Ah, I've got myself stuck in under the desk. Okay, I've got a. I'm going to show you what 40 years of happiness looks like. Hang on. You see that right there? It says 40-year veteran. 40 years signed by all the right parties. Um, I enjoyed every day. There was never a moment, every project we had, every, whether it be a lunar buggy, we built lunar buggies, lunar, they took them up to the moon and they're still up there. Uh, Minuteman missile parts we made, things we done, all those things. Being in the 3D world for 7 years, oh my God, I loved every minute of it. I couldn't get enough of it. Oh, you dungeon master. I was thinking, I saw a crystal that was hanging on my mirror. That was one that Ruth left us. She had it on a dream catcher. I wish I'd have give it to you while you was here. Uh, she loved her rocks. She loved her crystals. if you love what you're doing, um, it's easy to knock out 40 years. But they sent me this. It took them years to send it to me. I didn't apply for it, but they finally got around to sending it to me. And the one right below it is my military veteran status over there, my honorable discharge. But this one brings me more pleasure because this was something I wanted to do. That over there was an obligation. Every kid my age was required to do some time serving our country. It was expected of us, and we did our part. Yeah, that's right. Robin, that's the key to success in anything, whether it be with a woman. Me and Ruth was together 33 years. And my daughter in Seattle, she told me when she remarries, she's hoping to be able to find a soulmate like I had with Ruth. Because every day we love life. She did too, and we loved doing everything. We didn't have no sitting around worrying about nothing. And that's what she wants to do. She wants to spend my daughter wants to have her golden years with somebody that she can sit across the table from and really enjoy some good conversation. I have 5 sons, and all 5 of them served in the military. 3 of my sons made full retirement. My one son got his feet blowed off in Fallujah in Iraq. It messed him up a little bit. All of us have give a little bit of blood, sweat, and tears to the country, and but that's just the way we are. That's all my family. My uncle, my favorite uncle. I had 2 favorite uncles. One spent 38 years in the Navy. He shoveled coal in a steamship in the Navy. He was in what they call the Black Gang. Black Gang is one that shoveled coal. He shoveled coal from Mobile, Alabama in 1919. He shoveled coal all the way around the tip of South America, all the way to Alaska. Then he shoveled coal all the way to China, and he lived in China for 10 years. He was a really great American. And then the other one, he only lasted 33 years, but he was horribly wounded in Normandy. He crossed into St. Lo during World War II. Yeah, we're all Americans here. Okay, with that, let me say good evening. I appreciate all the hardcore people that stuck it out with me. It's not hard sitting around with an old man, listen to old man just talking. I'm gonna next time you guys come back, we'll tell some real stories. Uh, yeah, we'll tell some real stories. Oh, the boy that lost his leg and stuff, his foot over there, he's living good. My son Donald, he put his time in the Navy, and he loved it. He loved it. My oldest boy, one of the oldest, he put his time in the Marine Corps, and he went to war for Ronald Reagan. When they blowed up the embassy over in Beirut, Lebanon, he was sent over there to settle the score by our president, and they did a good job. What good is when it comes to war. Nobody wants war, but I mean, it was one of those things that had to be done. Piece of chicken. We used to have so many sayings when we were young. When riding on the school bus, they would open the bus, and when the first student would get onto the bus, everybody on the bus said, they would holler, "At ease, disease, there's a fungus among us." Yeah. We had all kinds of sayings. We were 50s. In the 50s, we were greasers. We wore ducktails. Our hair was slicked back, and it come to a ducktail in the back. They called them. They called us greasers. Like the funds. We had the we had all that stuff. The greasers. They had the ducktails. Then we went through the crew cut period of time when we had to wear butch wax in their hair to make the hair stand up like a mohawk. All right, I always promise you I'm leaving, but I don't ever leave. So we're going to do it this time. God bless each and every one of you. Find happiness and love, laugh, and it will love you back. And peace all around to every one of you fine folks sitting over there. Whatever place that you are in this world, you're loved by me. So have a good one. Bye bye.